stood and prayed.
That was not a kneeler. He was probably a nose breather.
I'm gonna rule this state.
You guys should come over here and... You should probably... I need more wives. I think we should grow bees.
Sugar beets.
We need beets.
We need a sugar processing plant.
Maybe we can have silk. We can make... Somebody get silk. Give me some silkworms. Okay, this is grossing me out.
There were Quakers on the moon.
Well, obviously there are Quakers on the moon. I think I'm keeping the beard, but I'm losing the mustache. All right.
There'll be a statue of me in this town. 2 of them.
It's too bad because what we've hit on here is something brilliant, which is, and now, James Gandolfini as
Shut up.
Brigham Young. He had a whole bunch of other prophecies that he's done.
He has some good stuff.
And someone
at the Salt Lake Tribune.
Oh, is that who it was?
Uh-huh,
Oh, God bless him.
God bless the Salt Lake Tribune.
They did this great thing where they went to Google Maps and they literally mapped out all of his prophecies. So if you do, you can Google Warren Jeff's map or something like that.
Yeah, we'll put a link on the website for this because this is actually really, really worth
it's
checking
so
out.
fun.
Should
we read a couple more prophecies?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah.
and I'll try and do my Mormon leader voice. Let also Arizona know that my judgment cometh, that earthquakes and the sinking in the earth shall be on the capital city there. Also volcano. Can't even keep a straight face. Also volcano and earthquake take power in many habited and large something.
Large
population something.
Yeah.
Apparently it trails off on the Google Maps. So Phoenix, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, and there's also the Utah earthquake. Which,
do that one. You don't have to do the voice though.
Oh, no, I'll do it.
Okay.
Also cometh the shaking of the land where the new Zion, even Jerusalem, the new holy way, is to rise on my land of Zion. Tempests, earthquakes, even war and famine cometh upon the land.
Oh my God! Wow. Do any of them have like locusts or pestilence of fleas or something? He goes international on a few of them.
Let's see. Let China also be warned to only cleanse my land of wickedness, not my people.
Oh, that's nice. How do you cleanse a land of wickedness instead of people?
Correcting behavior.
The land is behaving badly?
No,
it says not my people. It says don't okay. I'm
the land of wickedness.
Yeah.
Cleanse my land of... Don't cleanse my land of people. Cleanse my land of wickedness.
I see. I think I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I do my favorite one? Or do you want to do it?
Is it the one that I pointed out earlier?
Yeah, you should do it. You should do it. I'll give it to you. Wait, I'll do Nicaragua.
Do Nicaragua first, yeah.
Let also Nicaragua be of a humbling, as her leaders have tried to be of oppressive way in her own peoples.
Oh. And then, for reasons that confound explanation...
Why you would choose this place, I gotta go.
Okay. Sorry, Cincinnati. Cincinnati shall soon be a destroyed city. That's all he says. It's no explanation.
You are toast, Cincinnati. Good thing
Why
you didn't.
Cincinnati?
I don't know.
Like I get picking out, Phoenix. It's nearby.
It's near him. Yeah,
it's near him.
Yeah,
he's like on the radar.
Because their thing used to be they used to have a compound in southern Utah that was straddling the border.
They still do
into Arizona. So
he would have to deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that was his big fuck you to Phoenix, but Cincinnati. What does he have against Cincinnati? It's on the border
was
with
in a
Kentucky.
really nasty layover.
Yeah,
once.
exactly. I had a nasty layover at in Cincinnati, but
Yeah.
I didn't wish destruction on the whole city.
After unscrambling the word, they would then have to drink this really gross little concoction of, like, I think they said it was like vinegar and orange juice or something like that.
Oh God!
So just kind of gross. But what they found is that when people had been confronted with one of these words that kind of suggested, not necessarily, it wasn't like Jesus or God or anything like that, but it was just kind of divine or religious or whatever, that they actually were able to drink more of the juice. Okay. So the interpretation of this is that there's, or one of the interpretations is that there's sort of this cultural adaptation that religion, the emergence of religion may have been a cultural adaptation that was necessary for promoting self-control. Okay. It's kind of interesting.
I have an alternate theory.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
My alternate theory is that if you think about God enough, you can swallow all kinds of shit.
You can swallow anything.
If they invoke God enough, they can jam just about anything down your throat and you'll just take it. Yeah, this new Archbishop of Canterbury, Welby, is Justin Welby. Justin Welby.
Justin Welby.
There's an Archbishop
Doesn't
of
sound like an archbishop.
No, he doesn't look
Welby.
like one either.
Welby, I can see, but Justin.
Hey, Justin, want to be Archbishop?
Justin.
Okay. Okay, I'll do it for Raw. Anyway,
He's gonna do a good job.
He's at least gotten that much done.
Well, good.
They still, they're still not consecrating gay marriages yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it's a slippery slope, Dan. After this, it's just gonna happen.
Everybody talks about slippery slopes like they're bad things, but they sound fun to me. We need to do more of these. These are great. What were we so afraid of?
Well, personally, whenever the conservatives are complaining about a slippery slope, I'm like, please bring it on.
Yeah, exactly.
You're saying it like it's a bad thing, but I'm hearing a good thing.
Right. It's a slippery slope to tolerance and understanding. That sounds fine to me. I think I'm okay with that.
Well, sometimes, though, it's a slippery slope to you being able to marry your dog.
It's always... Every conservative slippery slope ends in sex with animals.
Or polygamy. Polygamy or bestiality.
But polygamy leads... That's only halfway down the slope.
At the bottom.
At the bottom, you're having sex with an animal.
There's an animal waiting for you to have sex with.
There's an animal presenting at the bottom of that slope. That's you don't want you want to get off the slope. That's what they're saying.
Because it's going to happen.
Because
animal is waiting.
Once you're on the slope. Well, I mean, I think that the trick to that is that who are the ones? There's a lot of conservatives who have some experience with that part of the slippery slope. Do you remember that guy? There was a preacher who went on as a matter of fact, I think Mackenzie posted a thing for Throwback Thursday.
Oh,
that's an old blog post that I did that actually has a link to a guy who he went on. He was a preacher, and he went on a show on a show, and he said, I grew up in a farm in Georgia. Everybody's first girlfriend was a mule, and then the guy that was interviewing him was trying to steer him away from that. Like, hey, back off of that statement, why don't you?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, really, my first girlfriend, I fucked a mule.
well, at least you can't get a mule pregnant.
Indeed,
For two different reasons.
right, exactly. You're safe. You're safe.
Okay.
Hope that mule doesn't have any mule STDs, and you're in good shape. How do we get to fucking mules from women bishops? It's like this great
it's
little
a slippery slope. Yeah.
we've slid
We've
slid
just
down into
demonstrated
it.
Clearly, how this works.
All right. everybody!
Woo!
Yay for you guys and us, I guess. I don't know. Hello.
Hello,
So
Dan.
obviously that's not how our show starts normally.
No.
This is us. You guys get to see the sausage made here, people. This is we're gonna greet you now. We're gonna launch into the show in a minute. We wanted to say hi to everybody who's paying attention.
And thanks for coming to the live stream.
Thank you so much. You guys, there's like chat happening. There's all sorts of things happening. It's a very exciting time for us, Frank. Welcome to the 600. This is number 600. And as you know, you and I were talking for the patrons only content earlier today, Frank, and we were talking about how we're not one of those shows that cheats and does multiple episodes a week.
Oh no.
Get themselves out. Oh, we did. You know, there are these podcasts out there that do like 1 5-minute show a day or whatever, and then they're like episode 500, episode 800, episode. No, this is 600 weekly shows.
Yeah,
that's how we do.
We got here the hard way.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
This was a heavy lift, everybody.
All right. So I wish that we could. I wish we could talk to people, but we can't really.
No, that's coming up later. We're gonna have a Q&A. And
so yeah, let's talk about how the Q&A is going to work, so that if anyone wants to participate in the Q&A,
well, it's pretty easy, Dan. Like we kind of figured this out. Hopefully, it works. We're just going to be putting a QR code up on the screen that you can like scan with your phone, and then that will take you to sort of the backstage for the production, and we'll let you in, right? Like it's so that way we'll have people's faces, on, which I think is important, and we can have a moment interacting and talking to each other and all of that. So easy.
If you decide
hopefully that works.
that you want to be a part of the Q&A, what you'll want to do is, like Frank says, you'll be ending up on your phone if you're not already. And you'll need to turn off the feed on your desktop or whatever, so that there's not feedback from the audio and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's a good point, Dan. Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. We'll remind you again when we get to that section of the show, if we remember to.
Hopefully.
And there you go. I don't know. What do you think, Frank? Should we just launch in? Should we do a show?
I think that
I think you're reading people's comments, is what I think.
No, there was something I forgot to do before we got started.
So we're doing it
right now.
Okay.
Well, here's works.
All right. Do we need to? Is there something else that we need to do?
No, I think we can just get going with the show at this point.
Just so that you guys know, there at home, we do some light editing. We don't do a lot of editing on this show, but we do some light editing. So you may see us mess up, and we may go back and start from a place in the back part of what we were just saying, just to sort of give our editor more an easier job of it. You'll see how the sausage is made.
So exciting. Yeah.
And it's not, and also there's going to be some stuff that is less exciting, like we entered into this part of the video with our theme music, but you're not going to hear our theme music.
That's added in post. Yeah.
That's all added in post.
Oh, no.
So yeah. You can go back and re-listen to the edited version later. Next on Tuesday. Is that when we drop this now? Wednesday? Tuesday? I don't know when we do this.
Tuesday morning at 3 a.m. our time, Mountain Time was when it's set to post. All right, cool. Let's get our recordings going.
Hi everybody, thank you so much. I'm recording. Are you recording?
I am recording.
Okay, so and this is how we sync ourselves up. We give our editor a good spike to sync our audio together.
Yeah,
and we do it
so clever.
I don't know how this is going to read to these guys. That's interesting.
Dan,
anyway,
let's just do it.
Okay, so we're going to clap together, It's like a movie clap. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay, Dan.
Clear
So
my
if you're
throat.
ready.
Hang on. Let me just clear my throat. Let me get a little sippy sip.
Oh golly. I mean, at this point, Dan, you and I, we just need to do the show. So
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
All
right,
right.
here we go.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hi, friends. Well, from Salt Lake City, Utah,
It's Thank God I'm
the
Atheist.
podcast.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up on the show today, Dan, it is our 600th episode.
That is 600.
If you can possibly imagine.
600 weeks of moderately entertaining podcast magic.
Barely entertaining is what I would say.
It gets there. We achieve it on occasion. Every now and then we actually achieve a full bit of entertainment. So,
indeed.
We've done it 600 times. So who can argue with that record?
Indeed. So on the second half of the show, we're actually going to be doing something special. We're going to be doing a Q&A with a live streaming audience that, of course, isn't happening right now. Everybody, it already happened. So,
well, for those of you listening on the, we got a whole bunch of people who are watching and listening on the stream.
Yeah, that might have been confusing. Sorry about that. All right.
So hi to all of you who are streaming with us, and for those of you who are getting this in your usual podcast manner, you'll hear from some of these people later in the show.
Indeed. All right. But first here, Dan. Terry Daniels thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's right.
Let's have an edit point right there.
Okay.
So that we can get that. What is the detail that we need to say about her event? I want to make sure we have it right. You have the info.
Prepped. I do have the
I'm
info.
so sorry. It just hit my brain in this moment.
This is how we work, people. This is hang on, let me pull it up. You guys don't even know this because we're doing the conference on death, grief, and belief again.
Yep. And we want to announce it because there's a way that you guys can
I know how to
can join in, and there's some fun stuff for you guys.
God damn it. Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't have sprung this on you, Dan. I thought.
Well, it's okay. You just have to entertain the troops while I look this up.
Okay. All right. What am I gonna do? I can hit the chat room. Let's see. Is anybody saying anything in the chat room?
Yeah, talk to the chat. Say hi to everybody from Duluth.
Hey, everybody! What's going on? Chat at me. All right.
It might take a minute for it to get to us
It
from
might
the various
take a
places.
second. I don't know how this all works. Get out your tap shoes, Frank. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. The sausage is definitely getting made right now.
Yeah, that's it.
Enjoy it, everybody. It's some spicy. It's a family recipe, really. This sausage. Hi, back to you in Orlando.
Okay.
It does feel a little awkward doing it in front of an audience this time.
Yeah.
Because it also, Dan and I have video of each other right now, right? Which we normally don't have. And so I find myself referencing the camera and looking at what's going on rather than the normal thing. Okay, cool. Let's drop in. All right. But first, before we get to everything else, Dan, there's an announcement that we need to make.
That's right. Last year, the astute listeners will remember that last year we talked at the conference on death, grief, and belief, which was a wonderful experience for us. We had a great time. We've been asked back. And so if this is something that you are interested in, if you would like to be a part, hearing really smart speakers better than us talk about things
But
like,
unfortunately, also us.
but also us talk about related issues, things, death and dying and grieving and religious trauma in all of that. Please go check it out. deathgriefandbelief.com is the website. If you decide to sign up, if you use the promo code TGIA, you'll get $25 off of your entrance into the conference. Check it out. It's going to be great, and we're going to be hilarious and
Always so good.
And then so yeah, please check that out if that's of interest to you. All right. What let's talk about some stories.
We got some stuff that happened this week in the world.
Various
Dan.
stories. I like it.
I'm gonna start with a story over there in the UK.
Ooh.
A young family had a child to name, Dan.
Okay.
And so they went to their local registrar, where I guess these things happen, and they announced that they were going to name their 4-month-old Lucifer. Dan.
Yes, that's exactly what you do.
The registrar was having none of it. She apparently she was bad. She handled it poorly. That's what's going on here.
Well, they don't expect to be thrown into this situation.
No. This is the dad. He says, we were really excited to go and get him registered, but the woman looked at us in utter disgust, Dan.
Yeah.
She told us
you're naming your kid Lucifer, right? Like, what? You knew. You expected this. Don't pretend like you didn't, Dad.
She told us he would never be able to get a job, and the teachers wouldn't want to teach him, Dan. I tried to explain that we are not religious people, and Lucifer in Greek means light bringer and morning.
Yeah, shut up.
But she wouldn't listen.
You know exactly. I love this. Look, I'm fine with this. You know what I mean? Like Lou or Lucy. I don't know what you call them, but here's the thing. You know full well nobody cares about the Greek translation, morning star or light bringer or whatever it is.
No.
You know what you're doing. You know you're referencing, obviously you're not Christian because no Christian would do this, but you know that's what everybody's going to think of. It's like people who talk about the swastika and they're like, it's actually an Indian symbol of peace. So maybe you should do some research.
Nobody cares anymore. No,
it's not. It's not anymore.
She also, let's see, she even told us maybe we could name him something else, but refer to him as Lucifer at home. She's trying, Dan. She's really trying to help these people out. Right. The dad said, we were gobsmacked with her behavior. Anytime I get to read a quote that says gobsmacked, kind of makes my
happy
day.
Sure, absolutely.
Let's see. So, here's the deal, and here's what I thought was kind of amazing about this story, and it's process, it's procedural, right?
Okay.
Because in the United States, the registrar would have said no. She would have dug her heels in, and then it would have been a protracted legal battle over this.
It's true,
right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Like at some point, if Clarence Thomas would be opining on this thing.
Instead, she goes into the back office and comes out and is like, well, okay.
I spoke to my manager. And,
basically. Basically. So there was an official council statement on the issue. The Derbyshire County Council issued this statement. It says, we apologize if they were offended. But it is the job of our registrars to advise in these matters, as sometimes people are not aware of certain meanings or associations around certain names. It's their job to meddle in names.
Well, I mean, I know that I read a thing about how Iceland has a list of approvable names, and you're not allowed to name your kid anything that's not even on that list.
So it has to be Icelandic.
Yeah.
Is the idea?
Yeah. So
Really?
I know that different countries have laws about what you can name your kid. But yeah, but yes, it does seem very, very get your thumb out of my business.
Yeah. I want to
It's
name my child Lucifer, for Christ's sake, right? Like,
I don't like my baby.
business.
My baby sucks, and I'm going to
No.
name him accordingly.
No, Dan, they played this whole angle of like, we just didn't know. We're not religious, right? Like, it's
Oh
just
my
a beautiful
God.
name. It's like, it has this like Greek meaning. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm going to do
you're
a thing
pushing
that
buttons.
we've never been able to do before. I'm going to read a joke from our listeners in the moment, which is that
Okay.
one of our listeners wrote, "Did those parents go to the registrar's office straight from Hot Topic?" Which I think is a solid joke. I'm with you. I love it. Good job. All right. I am going to talk. It is Pride Month now. Happy Pride, everybody. And I'm going to talk about a way that the LGBTQ community is once again ruining it for everybody.
I'm sorry, Dan.
You should be sorry. God, the gays are just ruining it for everybody. You've heard of the hit TV show The Chosen? This is a show about Jesus's life that was sort of crowdfunded, but now it's doing very, very well. And
I'm sure it's just beautiful. I'm sure it's, first of all, great source material, right? Like,
well,
the
can't do
IP
better.
on this is fantastic.
It's the greatest story ever told, Frank. Anyway, yeah, it's about Jesus, and apparently, I haven't watched it, but it's gotten some critical acclaim, even from non-Christian sources. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, they recently released a promotional video about their show that showed some behind-the-scenes footage. And oopsie daisy, there were about 4 seconds of that 6.5 or 7 minute video that showed a pride flag on set.
Dan.
Someone on the set of the Jesus show is gay.
Or just supportive.
Yeah. And nobody took it down. Nobody shamed the shit out of them. It's shocking. Shocking, I say. Twitter lit up like a light bulb.
No.
With people demanding answers for why there's a pride flag on the set of
Oh my God.
The Chosen. The show's creator and director, Dallas Jenkins, had this to say. He said, quote, "We've made no secret our cast and crew come from all different beliefs and backgrounds. I don't believe personal workspaces on set are relevant to the content of The Chosen." But went on to say, and this is kind of cute, I like this, "But if someone wants to stop watching a free show because of it, that's their right."
Good for them.
Yeah.
Actually.
I was kind of impressed with that.
That's the truth right there.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people need to just start managing themselves once again in this world.
Well,
right?
It's not like the right is the fortunate thing is the right, they're the ones that are against cancel culture, so they definitely won't boycott or do anything, It's not like the slightest provocation and they flip out and say that they'll never eat at Chick-fil-A again because they hired an inclusivity person.
I mean, that's big, Dan.
Oh my God, it's so stupid.
I mean, those sandwiches, Dan.
It's all so dumb. Okay, so we'll see. They say go woke, go broke. We'll see how The Chosen does over the next little while.
All right. Well, okay. Here's a fun one for you, Dan.
Okay.
There's a up there in Maine.
I've heard
the state, right?
Yeah.
There is a school board that does something that like this happens. I don't know like how often it happens, but like this school district leases out space in the school facilities, right? Sort of after hours, right? When the school's
Sure.
not in and the school doesn't need the auditorium or whatever, they'll
Yeah.
let somebody pay a fee and come in, and they have an agreement, and it's certain time frames and whatnot. Well, anyway, a local church, the Pines Church in Bangor, Maine, um,
You bang her.
applied.
You brought her.
Great.
Classic.
Applied for a lease at the local high school in Herman. And the school board, now, first of all, I need to back up just a little bit. My source, my article, the article that I'm reading is from christianpost.com.
Okay.
And so there is an angle here. And if you hear any angle coming out, it's because as I'm reading through the story and talking about it, there's a slant. There is a slant, right, to this article.
It's no less reliable a source than Christian Post. Well,
well, okay. So first of all, the headline for the article says Maine school board denies lease to church after asking about its Christian views on hot button issues.
that sounds very incendiary.
Apparently, the superintendent allegedly asked the minister or whatever from Pines Church about their stances on things like abortion or transgender issues. Let's see which and also like same-sex marriage and that kind of stuff. And of course, actually the article just assumes that you already know how the church answered, right? Which is they don't like those things. And now the whole article is structured around this assumption that and saying things like school board denies lease, right? Now that is technically true, but the school board did not deny them access. They wanted to just do a month-to-month deal, right? But they didn't give the church the 6-month lease they were asking for. We want a 6-month lease, and they're like, oh no, we're just going to let you go month to month and see how it goes, right?
Right.
And they're suing the school board, and they're acting like they've been like persecuted,
like
as
it's
Christians.
Christian persecution. Yeah. So of course they
found a nonprofit law firm that specializes in religious freedom cases called Advocates for Faith and Freedom. And they had this to say in a statement: public institutions that seek to lease their facilities for revenue should not be able to discriminate based on religious or political conviction. The Herman School Committee has a history of leasing their properties to secular organizations without persecution. Right. We are advocating for fair and equitable treatment under the law. And so I don't know why I like maybe they do sometimes give out like leases. I don't know. The article doesn't reference that, but they're not saying you cannot use this space. We are denying you access. You were being singled out, right? For being Christian, for being, anti-abortion, and anti-trans people and anti-gay marriage, right?
Oh my gosh.
Like that's not what happened here, right?
No. They are being singled out though for being anti month to month, and that is unfair.
Anti 6-month lease.
All right. Christian persecution is everywhere, but fortunately, there are still miracles to be had. And for one such miracle, I'm going to take us to a small town in Missouri where people are apparently flocking to see something disgusting. I don't know if you heard about this. This was sent in by one of our keen-eyed listeners. So thank you very much. I should have your name handy, but I don't. So you know who you are. Just take credit. Feel good about yourself. So here's what happened. There's a little place called the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of the Apostles. It's a little monastery or nunnery or something. It's in Glover, Minnesota. Gower, Minnesota. Missouri. Goodness, I can't get anything right here. Anyway, the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of the Apostles, is about 45 minutes north of Kansas City, and they decided that one of their beloved nuns, Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster, who died in 2019, was to be moved into a place of honor, I guess. So they exhumed her body. And Franklin, it was a miracle. Because
she was alive.
Are you ready for that? No, not quite that miraculous, but there was a miracle. And that miracle is she was not as decomposed as they thought she was going to be. Apparently, when they exhumed her body, they were expecting only bones, but found some flesh, a little bit of flesh in a reasonably well-preserved nun's habit, which I assume is made of polyester, so it's probably going to be there well after we've all decomposed. I don't know why they were impressed with that.
Okay, wait a second. How long ago did she die?
2019. That's a solid 4 years, man.
I mean, I don't know how quickly was she like in like how like was she like in a concrete? She was in a coffin surrounded by like one of those concrete things.
No, my understanding it was a coffin in the ground, and it's a very clay-y ground. Clay-y. Okay. Can I make that an adjective?
Sure. Yeah.
And so they were just expecting it to be just jello and bones, but apparently it's not like she wasn't decomposed. She was very visibly decomposing, just less. According to one scientist, it's in a cool. Even though the clay is kind of damp, the coolness of the area and being in a wooden box could very easily just preserve a person for a while. But that doesn't stop the Catholics from thinking that there's literally a miracle afoot, and they've been investigating it. Pilgrims have been coming to visit.
Of course they have.
They have displayed this body, which
poor.
Gross, you guys. It's just gross. Don't do this.
I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, the nun's dead, right? But like the poor dear, right? Like she didn't.
Right.
Nobody wants to have their body on display after they're dead.
Yeah.
Although maybe, I don't know. Maybe that
do it for me though.
A strange comfort, like people will be
I
able to see my half decomposed.
Just 4 years after I die, dig me up, display me however I look, and I just want to gross some folks out.
Let's see how decayed you are, Dan.
Yeah, put me in do it in October and put me in one of those haunted houses. It'll be fun.
All right. Oh, Dan.
Yeah.
Here's one that it just as easily could have come from the United States.
Okay.
Right? This one.
Well, that's a bad
over
sign
there in
right
India.
Out the front.
It's bad. India. They apparently they've been up to no good revising their school curriculum. Curricula maybe. The new curriculum has been released and certain things have been removed.
Oh no!
From the curriculum, Dan.
Are they allowed to do that?
If you are the National Council of Educational Research and Training, apparently you can. And so they have cut out of the 10th grade curriculum any talk of the periodic table.
Wait,
Um,
what?
No periodic table does not exist. They're no longer taught, or they're no longer going to be taught certain pollution and climate related topics.
Oh,
There are cuts to biology, chemistry, geography, mathematics,
Wow.
physics. And the changes overall, all of the changes, a lot of that I think was 10th grade. Overall, changes affect 11 to 18-year-olds, which is about 134 million students, because it's India and it's huge. And they're also trimming out, apparently there was a section on Michael Faraday's contribution to the understanding of electricity and magnetism that has been cut out, right? Getting rid of it.
Why? What reason are they giving for any of this?
I believe they may not be saying this, but it reeks of nationalism to me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
It reeks of, we didn't come up with this, so therefore we're not going to teach about Michael Faraday and whoever else who may. No, this periodic table thing, this nonsense, it's foreign.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it kind of feels like. And it's also, they're obviously being anti-science here, but they're not just being anti-science. They're also, they've removed chapters on democracy and diversity, about political parties, the sections of the curriculum that discuss current challenges to democracy have been dropped.
Okay. Oh,
right. So this is,
that all makes sense.
Hindu nationalism. This is a regime that is in control.
Right.
And they are wanting to make sure that the next generation doesn't know about their options.
The elements.
Other than them.
What I really don't want you to know about is the elements. If you come out of school knowing the word boron, I'm going to be furious. What the fuck? That is so messed up. Like, you know, one of the great things about India is that they've always had like some pretty strong STEM stuff. They've always been really strong.
That's my perception. Yeah.
With that.
I mean, definitely, you know, Indians that immigrate to the United States and elsewhere in the world, right? Like it seems like they're coming here for STEM related jobs by and large.
One of our listeners writes, when did Ron DeSantis move to India? Yeah, exactly. Narendra DeSantis is there doing their Indian thing. All right.
So that's happening, everybody.
Well, at least we don't have to compete with them anymore. Great. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna stick the landing right here in the fair state of Utah. Just north of our fair city in Salt Lake City is Davis County, Utah. Which, if you live around here, you know is the Mormoniest, like the uptightest of Mormonness. Like, it's just, they're very, very...
It's a unique breed up there because it has a different flavor from like the Utah County Mormons.
Right, which is
and
to
from
our
like
south.
To the south, and that's where like Provo and BYU and all that are. And a different flavor from the ones that we run into in the city.
Yeah.
You know.
It's definitely its
for
own
the most
flavor.
part. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Very, very conservative, as you could guess. And as is the sort of national trend, which we're all very happy about, banning books is a great thing. For the conservative side of our spectrum is just super stoked about making sure that children never see anything that is inappropriate.
It's kind of, I've been thinking about taking it up as a hobby, Dan. Like
banning books?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like just reaching out, writing letters, you know, and like I'm towing their line too, Dan. Like I'm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, Davis County has beat you to the punch on one book. That is being banned for elementary and junior high school.
Okay.
And it's the one we've all been sort of thinking about this whole time. The Bible!
What?
Is being banned from schools, yes, all over Davis County.
First of all, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Like, I saw I stayed away from this article. You said you were going to do it, and and it was blowing up, right?
Yeah.
Like it was everywhere. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to let Dan tell me all about this. So this is for real. I know that it happened,
Yeah.
but like, oh my God. Like,
And this came as a result of a community member challenging the book officially.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's easy to challenge this book. There's horrific shit all through the Bible. So it's not hard to point to very specific stuff and be like, well, what about the time when a man was raped by his daughters? That's surely enough. You know, if what's her name has 2 mommies is too much for you, I think daughter rape is probably enough to get something disqualified.
It's crazy they went along with it. You would think that they would just be like, sorry, you know, this is like, it's exempt, right? Because because we believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Since when has the right been afraid at all of hypocrisy? You would think that they would just be like, no, this one stays, and we don't care that it's that you can prove that it's worse than these other ones.
Right.
But apparently not.
Huh.
So there you go. Lots of parents are up in arms, not because they want their kids to read it. Why would they want that? But because it's the Bible and you're not allowed to ban the Lord. So there you go. I guess their plan is working great. That's all I can think of. Everything's going really well for them. Yeah. Well, you know, if you would like to comment on this or any of our stories, feel free to write into us. The address is podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442. Stick around. There's more show coming up.
Right. Boom! That's our first segment, you guys. I like that. I like reading your jokes on the show. I like that you guys are. I hope you guys don't feel pressure like you have to be funny now.
It's the writer's room now. They have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Pitch me. Let's see what jokes we can come up with.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So legacy audio clip, Dan.
Oh yes. You've got that. Yeah. I haven't even gone back and listened to the audio, so I don't even know.
It'll be wonderful and fresh, Dan.
Yeah, you're gonna have to introduce it though.
Oh shoot. Okay, so let me just scroll back to where I was telling you about it. It was from episode. So it was like 5 years ago. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey Dan.
Hey.
I've got some audio to play for you, Dan.
Yeah, usually I am the one who tracks down our audio and then I introduce you to it and everything. But this is our 600th episode. Everything's topsy-turvy.
Yeah,
we're on
shaking
our heads.
It up.
We're backwards.
Well, I thought it'd be fun, Dan, since it is like a special celebratory episode, to do a patty break. Right.
Oh!
So we used to almost exclusively play Pat Robertson.
Because he was dropping gems left and right. It was all good all the time. Everything that came out of that man's mouth was podcast gold for us.
Yeah, he was on fire. Yeah. Well, anyway.
It's too bad he retired. I miss the man, to be perfectly honest.
Retired. Got too old.
Well,
sadly.
By retired, I mean he went to bed.
He's still alive though.
I know.
Which is amazing.
He's just sleepy.
What you looked up how old he is? 90,
like 93 or something? 94?
93? Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go, Dan. This is Pat Robertson, who 5 years ago was already on the Drag Queen Story Hour.
Oh, he was so ahead of his time.
This next story should shock the daylights out of you. I mean, you ought to do something about it. It's an outrage. Little teeny children, as young as 2 years old, being exposed to cross-dressers, homosexuals who dress up as women and are called so-called drag queen. You say, well, that's something maybe for some weird television show or something. But no, it's from us, it's a few miles away from this place where I'm sitting right now in this studio. There's a library where they're hosting these events where men are dressed as women, and they've got all kinds of makeup on, and they're men acting like women. And they used to, out in San Francisco, used to call them he-she's. And they're reading books to children. And it's called the Drag Queen Story Hour. Well, you'd better get outraged about this, and many people are, but library officials cited a recent event in Virginia and said it fits their city's vision of inclusion and diversity. Give me a break.
Oh, Patty
He was
boy.
on it, Dan. He was on it.
He was doing.
He was trying to get people all worked up and
I
outraged.
didn't realize how ahead of the curve
back
this
when.
man was. He was so ahead of the curve. I just
visionary.
I have to break in here. Someone has entered the chat and has warned everyone about Jesus Christ, about not paying attention to us. And I am delighted. And I'm just going to read it. Not all of it. Maybe I'll excerpt it. But I am so happy about this. Thank you to Cheryl, who is on the live stream, apparently. We haven't banned anybody. Who in the chat says...
But we can, Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl. You better watch it. Who says, to all Christians and Roman Catholics, stay away from this. Do not let your children be lured into this false lies. They get... Oh, my goodness. Cheryl, please learn some punctuation. It's all caps. It's not punctuated.
She's very angry.
Oh.
She's yelling that, Dan.
Oh, Jesus Christ has existed for over 2,000 years. I also like the distinction between Christians and Roman Catholics. If you're either of those two things, not, yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I think that's delightful. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks for joining.
Thanks so much. I am gonna block her though.
Okay, that's fine. So we have a voicemail, do we not?
We do indeed, Dan. This is from a listener who's sharing her experience as a Jehovah's Witness.
Hey, Frank and Dan. My name is Kara, and I'm calling regarding the segment you did on the J-Dubs. I grew up as one my whole life, and I was always the black sheep of the family who liked to fade to black. And my sister, who was the most devout of all, even going to New York to become a commuter Bethelite, got disfellowshipped. And that is the day that I drew the line because she's the most closest and dearest person to me. And so after that, I left for good, and I was very happy when she finally did as well. So when you are disfellowshipped, it breaks up a family. It can divide a family, and that's basically what they do. So you can actually call it a cult because they do isolate you from those who you love. And going forward, my sister and I have been the most happiest ever since we left. So being a Jehovah's Witness ain't all that it's cracked up to be, especially if you are a black and a woman, because it's even harder because you are set to a different standard than everyone else. And it's even harder for you to abide by the get married kind of deal because there is no one really for you to marry. So I just wanted to let you know that it's disfellowshipping and that it is a cruel and unnatural practice. And anyone who even has a doubt should get out, especially if it's going to divide families, mothers, children, whatever. Again, thank you guys so much. I think your program is awesome, and I love listening to you. Keep up the good work. Wish I could hang out with you on the 3rd, but I got to work. SAT testing. Have a great day, guys. Enjoy. And again, if you can't be good, be careful.
Oh, Kara, that was great. It sounds to me like this is a success story where them disfellowshipping actually brought family together. And that's wonderful.
Isn't that great?
Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh.
It's I get actually really uptight and angry about the whole shunning thing. It is so
It's vile,
gross and painful and
Yeah.
devious, just a devious little thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got out, Kara. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your sweet words. Well, do we have some folks to thank?
We do indeed, Dan. We have, let's see, we've got a couple people over who joined up on Patreon. Let me just pull them up real quick. We have a new teacher by the name of Stu.
Stu.
So thank you, Stu. And a new priest by the name of Mark.
Wow.
So thank you to the both of you. If
Yeah,
you
they're getting their magic powers. Priesthood bestowed upon you. I should have brought like a magic wand for the live stream.
Or whatever the sound would be. It's
I
not-
like that sound. That is now the official sound of TGI bestowing magic powers on you. You will get that's how it feels. That's how it sounds.
If you'd like to join these kind people in supporting the show, please go to our website, thankgodimatheist.com, and click on the support tab. For those of you watching, there's also a QR code on the screen that will take you right over to Patreon. So
wow,
that's kind of cool.
We're fancy. We got all kinds of tech happening and whatnot.
Indeed. And as always, Dan, we have our top donor to thank, our Lord and Savior, Laneager.
More show coming up. All right, friends, this is the time. So if you're thinking you want to be part of our final segment, in the Q&A, we've got a QR code that Frank has put up onto the screen now, and you guys can just click that, and it should pop you into our waiting room.
Yeah, it'll take you.
Hopefully Cheryl doesn't come.
Oh, Cheryl.
But if she does,
Cheryl wants to.
I mean,
we'll talk
you
to
blocked
her.
her, right?
Yeah, but this wouldn't be blocked.
Okay.
This is literally anybody's got the QR code.
If you've got a phone, you can join us. So anyway, we'll give you guys some time quick. If you've got a thing, a question or something you want to share with us. We do not guarantee that you will make it onto the final show. I have to say, we don't know how many of you are going to join us.
Apparently none at this point.
Yeah, so far we got nobody showing up. Wait, what? I don't know what any of these things are. Is there also just an address that we can give out to people?
Yeah, I can do that.
In case if they're already on their phone or something. I don't know how they would get the QR. Look, we've never done this before, you guys. We're still sorting it out.
Someone just scanned it, so somebody's on their way.
Okay. So yeah.
We would also take questions in the it took me to a
somebody
Facebook page.
Yeah.
I just tried it and it took me to the right thing. It had your name preloaded in it for some reason.
My name?
Which is weird. Yeah, but it should still work. I'm just going to do a little thing here.
Oh, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was.
Oh, is that you? That's the test. Okay.
Okay.
Muted it.
I don't know why it's still.
Well, yeah. We do have some people attempting. Our good friend Stu is
It took me to the right place. So I'm not saying that you don't know what you're doing, Stu, but I'm confused as to why I don't know how it would have taken you to a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Let me try this again. It says, I'm just going to change the link on the QR code. No, it's
Brian has posted a question in the chat, and that's okay too. If you guys don't want to ask the question, if you're at home and you're at work and you can't actually join us, you can't audio join us,
We
There
got
we
somebody.
got somebody.
Okay, so we need to I'd like to have a couple people lined up before we
Yeah.
start the segment,
So
right? Let's see. So
hold
it
tight.
did work for Billy, it looks like.
Yeah.
Let me try this again. Let me try it. I changed the code. Let me see if it works. Yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. So I don't know about the Facebook thing. But anyway, yeah, everybody put some questions in the chat. We actually did have one emailed in.
Okay.
That we can do as well, Dan.
Yeah.
And did we have any others? Oh, okay, yeah, there's that one. That's right. Okay.
All right.
Well, why don't we start the segment? Okay, we have some people coming in. Okay, good.
Okay, so we'll start the segment. Just chill with us, and we'll see how well this goes, and hopefully it won't be too.
We got some people.
Too clunky. All right. Well, Frank, this is a TGIA first. We are having a Q&A as our final segment. This is
live.
We're doing it live.
We don't know what's going to happen, Dan.
So yes, we're going to bring some people into the chat. Let's talk to Billy Joel T. How are you doing?
Good.
Hey,
Can
Billy.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
Awesome. I'm great. Coming to you from Atlanta.
Awesome.
Nice.
Welcome. Talk to us. What question do you have for us?
I've been listening to you guys for a while now. But I've always wondered, how did y'all meet originally?
Oh, this is a fun
Was there a
story.
meet cute or what?
It was a meet not cute. And that Frank, do you want to tell the story, or do you want me to take this one?
Well, it all starts with a little restaurant called Buca di Beppo,
Oh yeah.
where we were both
chain
servers.
restaurant where we were both. I had
waiting
never
tables.
been a server before. Frank had ample experience as
I
a
had
server.
some experience before, but and then Dan worked there for a while, and
Who approached who?
Well,
we did not
Here's
exit
the
that
thing.
experience as friends.
this was how we
actually.
met. This is not how we became friends. Frank
Like,
was not a fan of me.
when he quit. I was like, oh,
Thank
that's good. Yeah, he's gone.
I was a
That guy's
terrible
finally gone.
server. I was a bad
What?
server. It's true.
I would think you would really be good with the customers, and you would use some of your acting on them.
I was great with the customers. I wasn't always fantastic at getting food to them,
Right.
but they loved
That's a big
me.
part of it. Yeah.
And actually, it was funny because I pissed off a lot of the veteran servers there, because I showed up right as the restaurant started a dessert selling competition.
Mhm.
And it was, I think, my memory is that it was like a 2-month long thing where whoever sold the most desserts at the end of a 2-month time span was going to win a big prize. It was like 2 tickets anywhere Southwest Airlines went.
Oh, wow.
It was a big deal.
Wow.
And I crushed everybody. It was so bad that after the first month, everyone else had given up entirely. No one was even trying anymore. So I was good at selling. I was just bad at serving. Anyway,
Oh,
later we had mutual friends, and after I had long since departed Buca, Frank and I started seeing each other at other friends events and whatever.
Friend stuff.
And
Yeah.
that's when we became actually friends.
Yeah. Well, most great relationships start it seems like, as waiters or bartenders at restaurants.
It's true. It's how you meet folks. It's if you're having trouble out there, friends, getting to know somebody, just quit whatever job you're doing and go start serving.
All
right.
A lot of people.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks so
you
much,
guys.
Billy.
Keep it up.
See ya.
Let's see. Next we have, who do we have next?
Let's go to Hypatia.
Hypatia. Hello
Hi,
and
Hypatia.
welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I didn't ask any questions though.
Oh,
I don't know. Are you either of you guys into gardening?
Frank?
I don't have a yard to speak
Ah.
of. So I live in a townhome with I mean we do have there's a little outdoor patio space, like little tiny, but nothing
Yeah,
you can
but
do
you guys
anything
have
with.
cats, don't you?
I have dog. Dan
Dogs,
has a cat.
pets. We can talk about pets.
Yeah.
How are your pets doing?
Oh, my dog is good. Felix is my little terrier, little black and white
Oh, how
terrier.
cute.
He's super cute and sweet and little shy guy. Dan, you've got a
We
dog.
never hear him. We never hear him on the show, so you must do it from a separate room.
Well, sometimes
we kind
he
of
gets
manage
edited
it
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and then he shows up, but he doesn't make it to the final cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a cat now and a dog at another place. And gosh, they're just cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pets.
Our cat is a little bit of she is a picky little asshole, but it's funny because she and I have a game and I don't know why it happens, but she doesn't do it with anybody else. I literally bend down and she just jumps up on my back and then I walk hunched, like she just sits on my back and I walk around
really?
the house hunched over.
Wow.
Very strange.
You've got a trained cat.
Yeah, but she
That's hard to do.
She won't sit in a convenient place like on my shoulder or anything. I have to have a flat, like table surface for her, and that's.
She is a
about that.
cat. You can't expect it to be convenient.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right. Well, thank you
Well,
so
alrighty.
much for
Thanks,
Thank
joining
you.
us.
This is a great chat. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
love
take
it.
care.
All right. Bye bye.
All
right.
alrighty.
Who do we have next?
We have Kate. Let's chat with Kate.
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 Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Oh,
Congrats
Kate,
on
can
600.
Before we dive in here, Kate, you've got two audio things happening.
Oh crap.
Oh yeah.
Can you turn off something? Turn off your speakers and go just to your headphones.
Just to the
if you
headphones,
can.
yeah.
Or something.
Okay. Sorry. I assume this will not make the final cut.
Well, that part won't. Yeah,
I'm
we're
still
getting a bit
hearing
of
it, I think.
we're getting an echo thing. So maybe
I'm gonna try to turn off my headphones because I
Turn
don't
off
know
the
how to
headphones,
turn it off
yeah.
on my phone.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Is that better?
That's great.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah.
It's still a little bit there, but I don't think it's causing problems.
So anyway, what we may have to do is just have you ask your question. We won't say anything.
I'll lower your volume down, and then if you want to say something else,
Okay. Sorry, I really have
Just
no
to
idea where
indicate.
it's coming from.
That's okay. It's just our voices are being picked up by your mic in some way.
Okay. I
That's
see.
okay. Let this be a lesson for everybody else waiting in line. Try and get your audio sorted out before we get you in. But this is totally fine. But what we'll do is I'm going to back up. We're going to say hi to you, and then let you ask one question. And you can talk for as much as you want, but when you're done talking, we're going to cut you off. So that
Okay.
Just mute
our,
you.
Yeah. So that
Is
our
it still
audio is
happening?
clean.
yeah, we're still on.
I know. Is
Okay.
it still happening?
Oh no, I don't. I'm
I
not
think I
hearing
The
fixed
it
it.
now.
background? No, it's not there. Yeah, let's just
I
go
fixed
for
it. Okay. Sorry about
So
that.
we're gonna take another run at this. So
If you're on your phone, put in your earbuds. That's the thing.
that's the thing. There you
Okay,
go.
that's the advice.
Okay.
All right.
So Frank, who do we have next?
We've got Kate. Hey, Kate.
Oh, Kate,
Welcome to the show.
Hi guys. Congratulations on 600. Coming
Thank
to you from
you.
Seattle.
From Seattle, wonderful.
Yes. Been listening a long time. So I've got a very important question for you.
Okay, we're ready.
All right. F. Mary Kill, Jerry Falwell Jr., Franklin Graham, Creflo Dollar.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Ugh.
this is a good one. I like this. I'm on board with this. I don't know who to kill. They really all should be killed.
That's the point.
I'm gonna say that let's see, we got Franklin Graham. Who give me the names again? We got Franklin Graham, Creflo
Jerry
Dollar,
Falwell
and who?
Jr. Jerry Falwell Jr.
Oh, okay. I'm fucking Jerry Falwell Jr. all day long. That man is kinky as hell. I'm gonna put his wife in the corner, and
Oh, she gets to watch.
Yeah, that's their deal, man. I'm gonna marry who was the other? Oh gosh, the names are not with me.
Franklin Graham.
Franklin Graham. I'm gonna marry Franklin Graham.
He's the marrying type. Yeah.
And you know what? The money's good.
Yeah.
The money's good there, and we can just kill Creflo Dollar. He's fine.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with all of this. Yeah.
There you go. That's our assessment. That is the official TGIA policy. Don't
our
at
position
us.
on this.
Thank you very much.
All right, Kate. Thank you so
Thanks,
much. We
Kate.
appreciate it.
Thanks,
That was
guys.
Epic. Well done. Who do we have next?
We have Lara Marini.
It's Jared Lermany. It is our lords and saviors, you guys. They're here. So far, I only see the Jer part. Where's
Here I am. I'm coming.
Okay. Oh, hi, lords and saviors. How are you guys doing?
Well, savioring the world right now.
Yeah. Well, it's hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, we manage.
Nice.
We appreciate it. Do you have a question for us? How are things?
Yeah, I thought of one while we were waiting here, and not to dismiss the big 600 day we're having here. That's awesome. But do we get to look forward to a magical 666 show?
You know what? We have been
about.
talking about that.
Okay, it's got to be bigger than the hundreds episodes.
Absolutely. Because let's be clear about this. 600 is just a round number. Who cares about round numbers? 666. Now that's a mark. That is
Mark
you got a special phone number just for it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we ever told everybody, but not only does our phone number. Oh yeah, we may have lost them.
Now we're back.
Oh, there they are.
Okay. Let me
here
bring
and
back
gone.
in.
Oh well.
And we're back.
Okay. And you're back. I don't know if
there
we've
we
told
go.
everybody this. I don't know if we've told everybody this, but not only does our phone number have 666 in it, but somehow, magically, through our Lord and Satan, the Thank God I'm Atheist, the TGIA media employee identification number that was issued to us by the U.S. government ends in 666.
Oh my God.
It was fated. Clearly, the God spoke.
It's fake.
Lucifer spoke.
Or Lucifer
Yeah,
spoke.
that
baby.
the baby in England spoke.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to send that family in England a gift basket or something.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, thanks you guys for showing up.
Thanks.
I really appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
one. Should we do one more?
Let's do one more. We got.
It looks like Stu made it.
We got Stu. All right, here we go.
Yes, I made it.
Stu,
Welcome.
hello.
I'm here.
Thank you so
Hello,
much.
I made it.
For coming. Talk to us. How are you? Where are you? Where in the world are you?
Well, I live in northeastern Indiana.
Okay.
In a very conservative area.
Which,
So I'm incognito right now.
good.
I'm actually not really a human. I'm an alien of some sort, but no one knows me. Actually, well, I was going to. I have two things I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, in order to get on, what I had to do was to cut you off on my phone, open your stream on my computer, and get the what's that code called?
The QR code.
The QR code back on my phone. So now I'm back on my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Second thing was I was going to talk to you about episode 666 also, but I suppose if the Lord and Savior beat me to it, I can't complain.
Well, there you go. Yeah, the 666 is going to be a fun one. And here's one thing that I want to say. I will solicit ideas from any of our listeners for something that we should do. I mean, it's a ways off. It's 66
We've
weeks
got
away.
over a year to plan on this. Yeah.
But if you guys have any ideas, we're listening. We're
Well, having never been a Christian, and I don't know anything about Revelation, so
You're right.
I'll have to look it up.
Yes, indeed. It's worth checking out. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I hear it's a fun story.
All right,
I've got. By the way, I don't know if you remember, I've got a quiz waiting for you. I will email it to you. Sometime during the week.
A quiz.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I sent you once I became a teacher. I sent you an assignment.
Oh, poop. Well, I'm not sure that I remember what's the assignment.
The assignment was to read a story called Nightfall by Isaac Asimov.
Okay.
Yeah. I started it and then I forgot.
Okay.
I did actually start it. I started on my phone. It was hard to read on my phone. I was like, okay, I need to read this on my computer.
It's so weird because we're normally so put together.
I know, and you are so compliant.
Yeah.
You always do what you're told. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Well, awesome.
Let it be known that when our listeners ask something of us, there's a tiny chance we might do something about it.
Right. Well, I'm not complaining. I understand. I assume you get more than 1 or 2 emails per episode.
We normally get a few. It's true. All right. Well, thanks, Stu. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Stu.
We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
patronage as well.
Good to see you, Stu.
Take care up there in Indiana.
Oh.
All right. There is another person in the waiting room.
All right. Let's just do it. Let's bring him in.
All right. This is Richard. Richard, welcome. Oh boy.
Oh, hey, let me
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Richard.
Richard's doing some things. Let's
Richard.
Richard's taking.
I'm not sure what's going on. All right.
All right. Well, we're all right. We're gonna. Why don't we just leave it at that?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks everybody so much for showing up for our live stream. We really appreciate you.
This has been
you
fun.
guys mean so much to us. Our listeners are the wind beneath our wings, and we really appreciate everything that you do for us, and hope that we and appreciate you being a part of the fam.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the end of the show. Should we let that? I'm just saying this to the live streamers. This isn't going to make it on the show.
Okay.
We just love you guys so much, and really appreciate you. So
Alrighty.
let's end the show, Frank.
Okay. Well, you normally.
Yep. I'll dive
start
into
the outro. So.
You ready?
I am.
All right. I'm getting ready. Here we go. Well, that's it for this week's show. Thanks so much. If you would like to write in any questions for us, or if you have any ideas for our 666th episode somewhere in the distant future, feel free to write into us. The address is podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail. Tell us about it. We'd love to hear your voice. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/TGIAtheist, and click the like button. You never know, you might see a live stream there.
And if you'd like to join one of our members-only lounges, go to our website, thankgodimatheist.com/members-only.
Yes. Thanks so much to the Red Rock Hot Club for the use of their fine music.
And thanks to Gordon Johnston for the use of his music.
And thank you so much for tuning in. We sure do appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye. And thank you, everyone.
That's it.
That
Thanks
was
so
fun.
much for joining us on a Saturday morning. We appreciate it. Go out and have a great Pride Week. Enjoy your lives. And we will, who knows, maybe we'll do this again sometime. This was actually a lot of fun for me. So,
yeah, it was.
let us know how you feel about it, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.